Monday morning.
John Bollinger, November 2017.
Jeez, yeah, that's right. That is what month we're in. Okay, and what year? Good for you.
Nailed it.
Yeah, hey, today we're doing a first look of the Doheny, spelled D-O-H-E-N-Y. E-N-Y. This is G&L's new creation, and it is a very cool guitar. Doheny actually is a reference to a cool Southern California beach, and this bad boy is made in Fullerton, California, just where they've always been, I think. I mean, all the way back. That's kind of Leo Fender's haunt. Anyway, they reference this beach because it's all about these. It's kind of an homage to those great surf guitars like the Jaguar and the Jazzmaster. Only, in my humble opinion, I like it way more. Taking nothing away from those, I owned a like a 50s really cool blue Jazzmaster maybe 20 years ago, and I bought it for like $500. And it sold for like maybe $7. So I'm an idiot because it'd be worth a lot more today. But it just wasn't me, man. I couldn't make friends with the bridge. The controls were a mystery to me. I didn't think it sounded all that good, and but these guys took that basic offset principle and did some really cool things with it. Should I tell you my favorite bits?
Please.
Okay, favorite bit number one is this bridge, their Fulcrum bridge, which is just killer, man. I mean, this thing is G&L's been building this since the beginning, but it's like my favorite whammy bar. this thing.
I think you were trying.
I was, yeah. I mean, it's such a cool effect, you know? And look at that, I've been still in tune, right? And that's without locking tuners, no locking tuners.
See the Fullerton stamp there?
Yeah, there we go.
Cool.
Made right in USA, baby. And just a bone nut. So how great is that? And I like these old school kind of like 50s Fenders tuners where you put the string down the middle. I think those work really well. So ancient technology with kind of re-upped. Anyway, love the bridge. I had a G&L in college. Was a freshman in college, and I traded guitars with this guy named John Foll. Wherever you are, John, thanks. And he had a G&L F100 maybe that I traded. It was like my first kind of good guitar, and I put a P90 in the middle of it, and then just played it to death, and then traded it for a Bronco, like $1,000 in a Bronco after it was just beat. It was almost unplayable when I traded it away. But it totally got me hooked on whammies because this system is so good. Anyway, very innovative, although that innovation is now like 25 years old. Killer whammy bar. Feels great, just in the right place. I love it. Next, really cool bits. I'm going to get volume, tone, and tone, but here's what's really cool. Right here, this guy right here is your treble. So you can roll down the treble, take it all the way to nothing if you want. You know, get that weird kind of jazzy thing. And then do all the shades in between. So that's cool, but back here, this is where it really gets interesting. That's your bass. So roll off that bass, and you get that funky. Cool, right? And even on the neck, it's sometimes, I mean, that's a really great rich tone, but sometimes rolling down that bass is going to help you cut a little bit better. So you can see when you bring it in, you get a little more, but you get real clarity when you bring it down. So very cool to have that option. I know there's those of you out there that never really touch those controls, but these are worth touching. They give you a lot of nuance. Other details, this neck is really comfortable. Let's see, it's a scale is 25.5. Body is swamp ash. Hard rock maple neck with a rosewood fingerboard, although they have maple's an option. And here's what I love the big block inlays. And on the maple necks, it's a black block, which is kind of a striking combination, almost like those old Fender Jazz basses when they did that for a while. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool.
What about the pickups?
Pickups, okay, pickups are interesting because it is their, what is it called? Okay, you know this stuff better than me, but this is the new magnetic field design jazz pickup, the first on any G&L product. It's a lot. It's reminiscent of the ASAT special pickup, but the magnetic field design have more jangle than twang, they say, with a classic jazz bobbin aperture wrapped in the traditional form bar, am I saying that right?
Yeah, it's the more the vintage kind of style. People that are into that, like the old jazz masters, really go after those pickups. Those are sought after.
Oh,
wide
cool.
range.
Okay.
From the Fender camp.
Yeah, well, so it's cool that they're taking Leo's old kind of ideas and running with them and improving, much like he would if he was still around today.
Yeah, bringing them to the 21st century.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
keeping that old tradition.
Yeah, it's a nice blend of old and new. And Leo was, Leo, probably a genius, man. What he came up with is just incredible. So, really love that. And the guitar feels great. Oh, another cool thing, these frets, it has these medium jumbo frets, nickel, and
21.
Yeah, 21, and they're a little big. I mean, I tend to have smaller frets just because, I don't know why, but these feel really good. And I think one reason they feel so good is that they have they've been plecked. They've had the pleck done to them. And for those of you in the know, plecking is, like Joe Glazer does it, a few of the companies do it, but man, they just feel really good. I mean, the neck is just like butter and kind of thinnish, not super thick, but kind of nice and wide, good spacing. It's a great sounding guitar.
Can you do the kids a favor? They're gonna want to know how this the new pickups and everything sounds with some dirt.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, let's see. Should we start on the neck?
Let's do it.
And so it's not a humbucker, clearly, but it's got a nice snarl. I think where I like it best is just kind of starting to overdrive. You know, that kind of snarly kind of thing, like reminds me of those old Pretenders records, you know, where they had that just like. Really cool, right? So those are the basics on this bag.
What about price? Do we got a pricing? Do you know if that's available or if it's on your little cheat sheet?
It's not on my cheat sheet. I don't know, man. I mean, it's really a new guitar. I'm not even sure what the pricing is. But I know it comes with a badass case.
And it's made in the U.S.
Made in the U.S. Love that. It's really well done. This guitar is just really well done. So I love it, man. What we got coming up this week, Chris?
We got a Primus rig rundown, but we filmed it a while ago. But I'd like for you to talk about real quick the PRS that you filmed for Axes and Artifacts. Axes and
Artifacts, right?
It's easy for me to say.
Yeah, Axes and Artifacts. We just did this video with Gruens has Nancy Wilson's 1978 PRS 12-string. And in 1978, Paul was just making these guitars alone, like in his garage or whatever, basement, like by himself. He was a kid. But this guitar is killer. It's really interesting to see. The headstock is like nothing I've ever seen.
It's like an arrowhead.
Yeah, the inlay is amazing. I mean, it plays great. It's an amazing sounding guitar. 12 strings. I've rarely played a 12 string I've liked, and this one I loved. If I had the Do Re Mi, well, it's a lot of Do Re Mi, but I could not afford this guitar.
But that video just went on YouTube and Premier Guitar.
Yeah, so check that thing out. And if you're in Nashville on Wednesday, come on out to the 6-string seance, where it's going to get freaky at Soul Shine Pizza. Play all the stuff and get me fired from a real gig. Did we drum machine our way out of this thing?
Please.
Okay, let's do it. Oh, I like that. Oh, it's angry. Yes, angry.